It's dubbed America's Forever War. Now, parents who deployed to Afghanistan after 9/11 are watching their children fight in the same war. NBC News correspondent Sarah Harman joins us now with more from those families. Sarah, good morning.
Lindsay, good morning. You know, we don't talk about Afghanistan as much as we used to, but 19 years after the first U.S. troops deployed there, the war is still ongoing. And in some cases, parents who signed up and enlisted right after 9/11 are now watching their children be sent to Afghanistan. In some cases, Lindsay, they're even going to the same bases.
America has been in Afghanistan a long time.
On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against al-Qaeda terrorist training camps.
Our nation's longest war is now in its 20th year. A lot has changed in the war and in Afghanistan itself.
Our unit was initially deployed to Afghanistan in the early stages after 9/11.
TREVOR DEBOER has had a front row seat during 3 tours of duty in Afghanistan.
When I first went in on the first deployments, you know, it was all mountainous dirt roads. We started building infrastructure to allow vehicles to get from one side of the country to the other. So we were able to develop those things and help them evolve.
Over time, the stated goal of U.S. involvement has shifted from rooting out the terrorists behind the 9/11 attacks and fighting al-Qaeda to rebuilding the country and training Afghan forces. In 2018, Trevor's son Payton enlisted in the Army National Guard, and he, too, deployed to Afghanistan.
Do you remember where you were on 9/11, Payton?
Probably crying as a child. I was like 1. I was born in 2000, so.
Like his father before him, Payton also served on Forward Operating Base Fenty in Jalalabad.
What is it like for you to be involved in a military action that started before you have any memories?
It's definitely wild. It's like looking back at it, it's the 20-year war. It's like from what we started as and what we're trying to finish as, I feel like it's the same war, but different goal sets.
President Trump campaigned on a promise to stop U.S. involvement in endless wars.
Why isn't Russia there? Why isn't India there? Why isn't Pakistan there? Why are we there and we're 6,000 miles away?
In February, the U.S. and the Taliban signed a deal that would see international forces pull out of Afghanistan by the middle of 2021 if the Taliban fulfills agreements including severing ties with al-Qaeda, whom they've long protected. As Trump's term draws to a close, the administration announced plans to cut the number of remaining U.S. troops in Afghanistan roughly in half, leaving just 2,500 by January 15th, 5 days before President-elect Joe Biden takes office. Biden has also spoken about his desire to bring U.S. troops home.
It's long past time we end the forever wars.
But it's unclear if he'll follow through with President Trump's plans. Some fear leaving too soon could create a power vacuum that would give extremists a new opening.
When you were in Afghanistan for the first time, Trevor, did it seem like the kind of situation where, like, oh yeah, my kid will be fighting here as well?
Absolutely not. We've had discussions as to why we were there, and it often came up as one answer: I'm here after 9/11, so my kids don't have to fight this war. And yeah, I had no idea that we'd be still fighting it 20 years later.
After serving in the same war zone years apart, both father and son will be watching closely in the coming months for signs as to whether America's forever war might finally actually be about to end.
So, Sarah, what do Payton and Trevor say about a troop withdrawal?
You know, when I spoke to them, they both supported the idea of a transition and allowing local Afghan forces to begin taking responsibility for the situation on the ground. They were both immensely proud of the work that they had accomplished in the country, but the dad, Trevor, he was really keen not to see his grandkids fight in the same war that he and his son did. Lindsay.
All right, Sarah, thanks so much.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.